Alright, hi, welcome to my channel. You can possibly hear one of the little ones in the background. But today we're making this twofer. So I believe it's the twofer because two different ways. So you can wear it over your shoulder here, or you can wear it as a crossbody. Very cute, very adorable. I did not make any changes at all. I made it exactly the way she said it and used the exact interfacing she said, because this was the first time that I made this bag. So I wanted to make sure I got the handle of it. So of course this will be a video where it's a little bit kind of all over the place, but we get it done. So as always, like, subscribe, thumbs up, dislike it. I don't know why you would, but there you have it. All right, so you making this bag. Okay, so let's get started. Obviously, first things first is a strap. If you've seen any of my other videos, I really love doing double-sided straps. So I have fabric for one side and then vinyl for the other side. I usually don't do it for the handles. They usually do it for the adjustable strap, but I'm doing it for the handles today because the handles are, I don't know, they're long and I had the fabric, so why not? Anyway, so when you're doing the fabric straps, you want to make sure that you fold in the raw edge here on each short end and then fold in the long ends like this. All right, so I am going to go ahead, get my double-sided tape. Also, once again, this is a bag that I have not made yet. So I will be definitely referencing the pattern the whole time. But I think this should turn out super cute, hopefully. So double-sided tape, because I am doing the double-sided strap, I will actually butt the ends together here. So since we're not doing the double fold, that's why I can butt them up to the middle line here. So I'll go ahead and speed through this. Okay, so I did not mention machine or anything, so I am sewing with a Juki TL18QVP, so it is a high performance, not an industrial. I am using a size 18G needle. Some people might go like gasp at that, but it works for me. So interfacing is going to be just SF101 because I am using vinyl in places. I don't need anything to interface there. I do believe, I don't know, but you might possibly be able to use some fleece for the main body piece, but I'm just doing it exactly like she said in the pattern for now, since this is the first time that I'm making it. It's always best to just kind of follow the pattern as the pattern maker. Oh, this is really short. Suggest, but sometimes when you're making a bag the first time after you made a couple, you can go ahead and make some changes. But it's a tote, so you don't want it stiff or anything. So I don't know. Oh, the double-sided tape that I'm using is from Wawac or Wawac. I don't really know. Thread is a Tech 70 thread from Sunny Sewing Machines. I'm using number 5 zipper by the yard from My Handmade Space. All of that will be linked below in the comments below. The rivets are from Tandy Leather. My hardware is from my Handmade Space. And my rivet press is from Cam Snap. So I think I covered everything. Once again, I am still in the hotel, so you'll hear some noise in the background. You might hear the husband moving around. So if you don't like all that, just I don't know, speed through it or something. Turn the sound off. I don't know. Anyways, here we go. A size excuse me, 4.5, 5 stitch length, and just 1/8 of an inch from the edge. If you decide to do a double-sided strap like this, always try to sew it with the fabric on top, because if you don't, it can shift, it can wrinkle if it's turned the opposite way. So, fun tip. Okay. All right, so yeah, I cut the fabric, the width of the fabric, but it was slightly shorter than the width of the vinyl, which is fine. It's not, I'm losing just a little over an inch, about 1.5 inches. It's okay. The adjustable strap will still be a decent length. So there's the adjustable strap. Now we will do our handles. And these will be shoulder straps, so they are a decent size. Decent length, I guess you should say. I did the same thing here. You fold in the raw edge, fold that short end of the raw edge, and then fold it the long way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do both straps. I'll speed through it pretty fast. You already know what we're doing here. I'm gonna put double-sided tape down the middle, and then butt the two ends together, and then fold, and then we'll sew the two pieces together with the 4.5 to 5 stitch length. If you are using a domestic machine, you possibly want to test out your stitch lengths. They might differ from mine, so you might want to check it, just test it out and see which lengths you like as far as what it looks like for a top stitch. All right, let's get these done. Okay, sorry about that. I once again forgot to put in a fresh bobbin, and then some thread got trapped in here, so I had to clear that out real quick. But the straps are done, and now we can let's see. Okay, we'll do our D-rings. And find our center and do the same thing. We'll butt them up to the long edges. I did make the strap connector a little bit wider than she asked, only because I only had the 1-inch D-rings to work with, so I needed to make the strap connector a little bit longer. But it's okay. We'll fold, but the long edges up together. And at the same 4.5, 5 stitch length, we'll go ahead and sew the long edges 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Do the other side. Okay. We'll snip these and get our D-rings. We'll take their 2 short ends together and base them. Another D-ring. And put that to the side. And base these together. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so she has us doing the adjustable strap. So I can do adjustable strap at the end. So now we're going to do our outside. There's outside slip pocket. And I need to transfer over the marks for lines. So let's see, we're going to top stitch along the folded edge, and then we lay the pocket piece, okay, onto the exterior. All right. There's another stitch line here. I wonder if that's like a top stitch. Okay, I see what we're doing here. So I'm going to take my pencil, mark my lines that I need to mark. Hopefully I'll still be able to see this. Okay, so we're going to top stitch the top of the fold at our top stitch length, which is the 4.5 to 5 stitch length. Sorry if she sounds a little loud today. I feel like she sounds really loud. May have needed to oil her, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna put this pattern piece to the side. So now we're gonna take one of our exterior pieces, and we're going to line up the bottom of this pocket here. Okay, and now we are going to baste this in place. And like I did the pocket on the backpack, so we'll baste here, come around to the first line, go up, over, back down, down the bottom, up, over, back down, and then finish basting around. So I'll go ahead and do that. At least this time I think you'll be able to see the stitches better since I'm using white thread on a darker fabric, because the other one was pretty light. All right, so I'll probably just speed through this. Get my thread in the right spot. I feel like she sounds so loud. Okay, so I don't know if there's something up with the needle or whatever, but I'm gonna change it. I got some skip stitches here, and yeah. So we're gonna change the needle out. Sometimes it happens, you get a needle and it's already like bent, you know, so it happens. That's why you get like have tons of needles, and I mean tons. All right. Let's see here. Sorry about that, but we're just gonna keep it moving. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and rethread the machine. She sounds really loud today, so I don't know. We'll just rethread, start anew. All right, so now that we've gotten the slip pocket on, our next step is going to, it puts rivets on the, where the divided part of the pockets are. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just, you know, be fancy. We got fancy, ooh. I need my awl because I'm not gonna be able, yeah. All right, let me get my awl. Okay, I'm back. So as you can see, it's good to still have your awl because sometimes you cannot reach where you need to reach with the hole punch. I do not have alcohol with me. Forgot that in order to clean this off. So I'm going to have to struggle a little bit. Maybe it'll work. We shall see. No. There we go. So I didn't clean it off the last time I used it. And there's like adhesive from double-sided tape on here. So it's hard to get it all the way through. Oh. There we go. Fun times. Okay. Ooh, that thing is heavy. Okay, we got our rivets in. So now we are going to move on to adding our accent piece to our exterior. So we have our exterior accent pieces. And it has you have to fold it over. So what I am going to do is get a little bit of double-sided tape. A little bit of double-sided tape. All right, and then we can fold it over. Oh, I don't have on my watch. What time is it? I got a phone right here. I'm gonna fold this piece over. Once again, I'm probably going to be sewing over this double-sided tape. So if your machine does not like double-sided tape, definitely use some tear away, wash away that's not as heavy. And I was going to put on my Teflon foot. Here we go. Since we are going over the vinyl. Sometimes the regular foot works okay on the vinyl, but I know that I'm having this long line of top stitching. I might as well go ahead and just switch over to the Teflon foot. And then I'll do the other one after this. Let's see. So we're going to lay this Okay, so we will use our pattern piece and we'll follow the line of where we need to lay this. So I will go ahead and just clip this on this end, or probably the other end. I use this side of my foot to keep me guided for top stitching. So at that 4.5, 5 length. Ooh. It's always nice when you get a nice top stitch. All right, so there's one side done, and then I'll go ahead and get the other side done. Ooh, looks good. I think so. I'll put this to the side, and now I'll go ahead and get that other side done now. Okay, so that is done. Let's move on to our next step, which is that piece over there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our strap connectors on. So all right. So get the piece with the pocket, and then we'll lay strap connector right above the pocket pieces on each side. So here and here. Oh, make sure you have your D-ring facing the inside. And we'll just baste it on. And let's get the other one on. D-ring facing the inside. Okay. Might do an extra. I'm just doing an extra stitch because it's really close to the edge of the fabric. So I just want to make sure it's basted on there well. I'll do the same with the other one. All right. Extra security doesn't hurt. I'll put that to the side for right now. How it says, next layer, exterior main panels, right sides together. All right. So we're gonna take these, lay them right sides together. I'm gonna make sure my accent pieces line up next to each other, and then we're going to sew the bottom together. And our allotted seam allowance. Now we're doing some construction, so this will be the smaller stitch lengths, which is like a 3.5 bore. Now we're going to split the seam and top stitch. Top stitch. This is gonna be nice. Look. All right, so all right. Switch back to that 4.5, 5. Take your time if you need to. And top stitch. So, I think we're gonna put this to the side once again. And now we're going to work on our interior zipper pocket. So we'll just get one of our lining pieces. And we also have a zipper accent piece. Find the middle. Find our centers. And we'll get a little zipper accent piece. And all right, so now we have to place it. She does suggest using edge coat. She's using leather. You can do that with vinyl as well if you wanted to, using edge coat. All right. So now we are going to sew along the outer perimeter here. So the outside edge of it. You could possibly do some double-sided tape to hold this in place if you wanted to. I'm not worried about it. So I'll talk about this technique, but I'm gonna pull a long tail in the beginning and in the end. I'm not going to backstitch. And I am using that top stitch length here, the 4.5, 5. I probably should have used double-sided tape, but no turning back now. Alright, and a long tail here. And so what you do is when you do that, you're going to take your back thread, bottom thread, and you're going to pull your top thread back through. This is a technique you usually use a lot with applique, so you don't see the back stitching. If it's something that's like directly visible, you know. So with applique, which is when you're usually you're doing that with like vinyl on vinyl, putting a character or image on top of vinyl, and in order to avoid seeing those back stitches, you do this technique and you tie a couple knots. And then I usually tie these together, so your two pieces together as well. I applique quite a bit. Well, I haven't lately, but I applique for quite a bit doing some bags. So if you wanted some more reassurance as far as the not coming loose, you could put glue right there if you wanted to as well. So this is my first time doing a pocket like this, a zipper pocket. So I definitely got to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is cut the fabric from behind the piece. All right, interesting. So I'm going to cut a slit here, and then we're cutting it from behind that accent piece that we put. All right, I'm doing what you're telling me to do. Trying to make sure I don't cut the actual accent piece. We have our zipper hole there. And now we're going to lay a pocket liner face up in front of you in place. Okay. We're going to take one of the pocket liners and place the zipper and we'll place so now we're going to baste the zipper on here. Oh no. Okay, so we're going to baste this. Let's rethread. face up. So the right side should be together. Okay. So now okay, so now we'll take the zipper and place it so she suggests to use double-sided tape. I'll go ahead and do that just because I don't think that's gonna like stay. Double-sided tape. Put my scissors. Here we go. I'm gonna try to keep it from where the top stitch has to go to put the zipper in place. Okay. Now we'll remove this. Get our zipper. Lay this down here. And you want to make sure you have these pieces open. So keep that the top piece flap open. I'll show you. Because if you don't, you'll end up closing the zipper. Just making sure it's sitting correctly. This is definitely different. You learn new things. I feel like it's crooked. I think it's okay. Okay, so you want to have your two flaps separated, and then we're going to top stitch to put the zipper in place. Make sure. Oh, Oh, she says here. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. Hold on. With both pocket liners pulled up to the top. So both pocket liners pulled up to the top. We're going to sew only along the bottom inner box of the zipper. Okay, so we'll pull both pieces up, and then we're just gonna sew the bottom. And she says to pull and tie there as well, no back stitching. No back stitching. We're going to tie as well. I don't think you have to do as many ties as I do, but hey, security. Right? Let me do the other side. Tie both sides. Alright, pull the bottom pocket liner down, and press, then pull the top liner down and top. Okay, so now we're going to fold both pieces down. And do the remaining 3 sides. And same, we are not going to back stitch. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Ooh. Pull these through and tie them. And then we trim this excess off. Right, and then next, going to sew the sides. Okay. Sew the sides. I keep pulling the thread out of there. So sewing the sides is going to go ahead and close the sides of the pocket up. Smaller stitch length. Right there is really the only place that I actually sew pretty fast. Just because, I mean, it's straight lines, it's closing up the pocket. Okay, so we left the bottom open. We'll leave the bottom open. I love this fabric. So I think next time I'll actually have my Cricut cut this accent piece because it looks kind of wonky. I don't like that, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we're going to take our two lining pieces, right sides together. And sew these together. And then she says the top stitch from the right side. Okay. And all that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now see what our next step is to so now we're going to get our main zipper. And okay, so we're going to baste the zipper in place on our exterior. So right sides together. A lot of clickety clack. Baste the zipper. And then we'll get a lining. And sew this on. And it'll be right sides together. Smaller stitch length. Okay. Okay, so basically we're going to repeat the process. Hold that out of the way. You don't want to take, ooh, it's a big bag. So I'm going to take right side, the exterior. Are we top stitching? Yes. So we'll top stitch. And the longer stitch length, 4.5, 5. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and fold it right sides together. Take the other exterior, right sides together with the zipper. and baste it in place. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the liner. Make sure these liners are right sides together and sew it down. So now we need to top stitch. Oops, let's turn it this way. So we have it turned out. I'm going to open the zipper some so I can separate it easily as I'm top stitching. I probably should do it this way. There's less bag in the way. I never top stitch on this using this side of my foot. So hopefully it looks nice. Okay, so the zipper pull came off, so I had to get that back on. I'm going to go ahead and cut the excess zipper. If I can find where I put the scissors. Cut this excess zipper off. Ooh. And reseal the ends. All right, getting close, almost done. So I'm gonna pull these out this way. Of the right side out. Line up our accent pieces. One zipper. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and sew down the sides. some excess lining I'm going to trim off real quick. All right, so now we just sew down the sides at your seam allowance. All right, so now we will go ahead and sew our corner pieces here. Make sure I get the right seam allowance. Okay. So pinch them, line your seams up. And it's probably best to split these to the side so there's not extra bulk on one side or the other. And so also all four down and then trim my seam allowance. And then I think we'll be birthing the bag. Oh, make sure you open your zipper. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and birth this bag. Oh, did I not open my zipper? I did not. The beauty of using a zipper by the yard, it's easy to maneuver the zipper pulls. Okay. I just realized my last video, I don't think I closed the pocket on the video. Oh well, you get to see it here. So. Alright, so now we take the pocket piece and we're just going to fold this in and close it. And I use the smaller stitch link to close the pockets. Oh, it's not. It's stuck on that little bump. I use the smaller stitch links to close the pocket just because, you know, people are just shoving things in there. So I want to make sure it's the tight stitch there. And the thread comes out. Excuse me. Let's try this again. Pocket is closed. Now all we're gonna do is get our handles on and it'll be done. Push this and lining works. All the way down. All right, so okay, so now we're measuring where our straps need to be. Make sure I got this right. Go ahead, I'm gonna clip. Excuse me. Bigger clip. Make sure. Okay. Here. Something that needs to come in just a little bit more. All right, I think that is good. And now she gives a rivet guide, which is pretty helpful. Go ahead and put the holes in this real quick. Oops, I ripped it, but it's okay. Oh. Mark where our rivets need to go. hole punch. Get a rivet. Get the rest of these done. Okay, so as you all saw, the struggle bus was real trying to do these rivets, but the handles are on, and then we can do the adjustable strap, and then we'll be done. And the swivels here. And the slider. So take one end up one side, down the other side, and this will be your wrong side. We'll take a swivel, pull it through, and I like to clip it here, this piece. I don't rivet it yet, just to make sure that I did it right. And then we're going to go back up through on the wrong side. Now over to the right side. Get your other swivel. And then you will rivet. So if you're doing all fabric, you can sew it. I'm just going to do some double rivets. Have fun with that again. I don't think it's going to be that much of a struggle this time. So you don't have to do 2 rivets. I don't know, I just like it. I just prefer 2 rivets. I feel like it's, I don't know, I like even numbers, I guess. So it's symmetrical, it's even. But you do what you would like to do. I'm gonna do the other end. Plus, I haven't had anybody complain about like their bag falling apart, so, or their strap busting. So I'll continue to do double rivets. All right, so we'll set these rivets. Oh, I didn't punch all the way through. There we go. Set these rivets in place. All right. So that is this bag. It's called a twofer because you can carry it like as a big tote, or you can fold it over and wear it as a crossbody. So it's absolutely adorable, super cute. Yeah, had fun with that. Those rivets, they were something serious. I really like how the lining came out. I mean, how cute is that? I think I'm gonna use the lining for the exterior of another bag, but anyways, so there you have it, the Twofer tote. Once again, like, subscribe. Don't like, you know, it's up to you, but let me know in the comments. This video is probably a little choppy, but it's okay. Let me know what you'd like to see. If there's any bag patterns that you would like to see a tutorial on doing, and if I have the permission of the designer, I will get it done for you. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.